Morning, dear student. In the previous live classes, I taught you the consumer's behavior, especially consumer equilibrium in case of indifference curve analysis. Today, I am starting a new chapter, concept of demand and elasticity of demand. Now, first of all, the word demand is used in our day-to-day life. Day-to-day life, we use many time. The party is demanding 10,000. Uh, the party is demanding 10,000 rupees. In economics, the term demand is treated little bit differently. Simply, the demand means desire. But in economics, effective desire is called the demand. Now, what is the effective desire? What is the effective desire? The effective desire is a strong desire. The three condition. If three condition fulfills, then it becomes effective. What are the three condition? Condition number first, willingness to willing to purchase the commodity, number first. Second is capability to purchase the goods, second. And the third one is willingness to sacrifice the resources for it. Now let us understand this with the help of a example. Let us suppose that a customer want to purchase a mobile, but but she or he do not have the money for it, yeah, resources for it. Then it is not a demand in economics. Then you can say dream or any another word. Demand cannot be. Now in another case, a consumer having the money for purchasing a mobile, but she or he thought that purchasing a laptop will be more beneficial for him. So, the willingness to sacrifice the resources for a mobile cannot be. Third person. Now, third person want to purchase the mobile, having the money for it, and want to sacrifice his or her money for it. Then the third person's demand only is called the demand. Now, how can we define the demand? Demand can be defined as willingness to purchase different unit of a commodity by a consumer at a given level of price, given level of place, and given point of time. Because now this place, price, and time, these directly or indirectly affect the demand of a commodity. Just such areas where there is a cold weather requires more woolen clothes, and hot drinks are more preferred. Where there is a temperature is 40-45 degree, then cold drinks are more preferred, and and cotton clothes are more preferred. So time also, morning time is more beneficial for tea. Morning we have the breakfast timing, so time also affect the demand. Similarly, place, price to directly affect the demand of a commodity. Now you might have understood this definition of demand. Now I am going to teach you the types of demand. Generally there are two types of demand. Two types of demand. Number first is individual demand, and number second is market demand. As individual demand, as the name suggests, it is the quantity demanded by a consumer, by a particular consumer at, at a given level of price and and place and time. Now, if if Hari, the Hari want to purchase 1 kg of apples, if the apples rate is 100 rupees per kg. Now this is called the individual demand. Now market demand. Market demand, in market demand, if we accumulate, if we add, if we sum all the consumers demand together, then it is called the market demand. Now, or in simple word, we can say sum of the individual demand, SUM, sum total of individual demand is called the market demand. Let us assume that in a market there are three consumer. Number one is Tom, number second is Dick, number third is Harry. Now market demand is equals to demand of Tom plus demand of Dick plus demand of Harry. So now let me teach you another concept, that is the demand schedule. Now demand schedule, what the demand schedule means, how can we define it? It's a simple definition is a tabular form, or a table which having the two columns, which shows the relationship between price of a commodity and the demand of a commodity, or a numerical which shows the relationship between the two things, price and the demand, is called demand schedule. Now demand curve, if the demand schedule is plotted on a graph paper, then it is called demand curve. Now how can we plot the demand schedule? We have the two variables, one is the price and another one is demand. Generally, always we show demand in horizontal horizontal axis or x-axis, or we show price in the y-axis. Now why always in y-axis price? What we assume that if you are the student of math, so generally in y-axis we show the independent variable, and in x-axis we show the dependent variable. Here the economist assumes that price is independent but demand is depend upon it. That's why we always show demand on the vertical axis, oh sorry, horizontal or x-axis, or price always in vertical or y-axis. If you plot the information in graph, the demand curve you will find is the negative sloped. Negative slope simply means a downward sloping to your right hand side. That is mostly demand curve you will find downward sloping to the right hand side. That is called the slope of demand curve. Now in the next class we will discuss about a new concept, that is income demand. And in income demand we have the two types of again commodity, normal good and superior goods. We will discuss in the next class. uh, I am sending this video in YouTube also. Share it, like it, subscribe it and listen it carefully. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.